The Houston Rockets control the tap. Harden over to the right side. To Capella. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
You know, Clint Capella was not expected to be this good of a player. But it's because of all the offseason work he's put in the gym with John Lucas, who's the head of player development for the Houston Rockets, that now he finished second only to Victor Oladipo as far as one of the most improved players in the league today.
To Capella. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Spurs.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Jay, DeMar DeRozan fell in love with Toronto as a player and a person, but no question DeRozan's playing with a chip on his shoulder.
He most definitely is, and he will embrace Greg Popovich and also the San Antonio Spurs. But I'm going to read you what DeMar DeRozan said. He said, people say, what are you depressed about? You can buy anything you want. I wish everyone in the world was rich so they would realize money isn't everything. It's about loyalty for DeMar DeRozan.
Murray into the front court. His team up by 1. To Aldridge. Short jumper off the mark.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Harden. His first effort off the mark. Clint Capella. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
DeJounte Murray to Aldridge. DeRozan to Aldridge. DeRozan down low, Aldridge. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
LA has finally accepted that post position down low on the block. What I mean by that is when he first got to the Spurs, he had Tim Duncan, and also throughout his tenure, he's had Dwayne Dedmon, where he hasn't had to be that anchor. He is a mid-range assassin and also somebody that has an array of moves on the block. If you confront the post, potentially double the post, make him a passer, or if he's on the perimeter, force him to put the ball down on the ground, you might have a chance to stop the big man.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Tucker defended by the UConn product. Nothing going here on that drive. To Paul. Murray with it. Leads just a point. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Paul matched up with DeJounte Murray. Cruises inside for 2.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To DeRozan. And it's Melo with the rebound. Harden in possession. Leads 1. To Paul. Denied by DeRozan.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Anthony. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Paul. Now that's a contest.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
DeMar DeRozan has got 2 shots coming for his career, 82%. First one, counted. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Paul into the front court. Just under a minute to go in a low-scoring first quarter of play. Nene to Paul. Ooh, crisp Paul. 2 of 4 now. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Austin Rivers gets it in the right corner. To Paul. Tucker. Going a launch beyond the arc. That's what you like to see. Austin Rivers, tough shot from downtown.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up a three.
DeRozan matched up with Rivers. Here comes the screen. DeRozan, that misses with 3 seconds left. First quarter's complete. The Rockets with the lead. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast, and the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
To Gasol.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
From long range, that won't go. Gordon with it. Leads 4. Nene with the dunk.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. To Gasol. Five to shoot for San Antonio. And the basket good at the rim.
That boy's living his best life.
Paul into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Bellinelli sizing up Eric Gordon. And count the basket.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Now Paul with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Confidence is such a beautiful thing, isn't it? Even if your perceived abilities prohibit it, you've got to be you.
Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. DeRozan matched up with Harden. And now Houston has the basketball. And count the basket inside. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number 2, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
4-3. Tucker, dead-on three-point shooter. Tough to guard.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Great look and vision. Cashes in for 2.
And you best believe that every one of those that goes in fills the confidence meter.
Harden with it up top. The lead stands at 9. Goes to the right side. Paul to Harden. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense. Aldridge here against P.J. Tucker. Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Capella. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. He's 2 for 2 now.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
I got ball.
And the finish at the rim.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Turned away by Aldridge.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Spurs have it. Rudy Gay against Tucker. Rockets have the steal.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Anthony. 3 seconds. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Subbing in for the Houston Rockets, number 42, Nene.
Shot from the lane won't go. Nene to P.J. Tucker. It goes down.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession, though.
DeRozan with the basketball. Down 11. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. That's rebounded by the Spurs. First half in the books with the Rockets in front.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's DeRozan. To Aldridge. That's blocked by Capella.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Harden in possession. It's a 9-point lead. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 3 for 7.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
To Aldridge. off the assist.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
To Anthony. Gets to the basket and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Knocked loose. DeRozan against Harden. Houston takes over. James Harden. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Add 2 points to the board.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Aldridge. DeJounte Murray with the dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Beyond the arc for 3. Won't go down. Rudy Gay to DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
He can't convert the free throw. Murray with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Harden with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Capella to P.J. Tucker. From the painted area, won't go down.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Paul, bad pass, taken away by the Spurs. Slams it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
To Anthony. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul. That's good D. Shot no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Anthony to P.J. Tucker. Count the basket inside.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Murray into the front court. His guys down 11. The shot blocked by Anthony. Pau Gasol. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Harden. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there. Spurs in possession. Patty Mills, guarded by CP3. Couple of cracks at the line now.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Patty Mills at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. Nope, first one does not go. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Harden into the front court. Lead stands at 10. Gets it in the left corner. Paul to Harden. Paul to Harden.
Watch that cutter.
Rockets with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Jumper's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Mills in possession. The deficit now up to a dozen. Here comes the screen. Patty Mills to Gasol. Passed it off. Count the basket at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Won't go.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
That'll do it for the period. It's been all Rockets. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Nice work, Patty Mills.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense to Capella. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Paul across the timeline. Up by 6. Goes to the left side. Gordon to the basket, but a shot no good. To DeRozan. Slams it down. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Paul with it up top. Leads 4. To Capella. Fires the 3. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. San Antonio with the basketball. Oh, whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Stepping in for Houston, number 13, James Harden.
Aldridge, defended by Melo. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Harden picked up by DeRozan. Gets it in the right corner. Anthony. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
This is not the time to have a mental lapse.
Murray into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs. DeRozan to Murray. Nice pass to set things up.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
It's Rockets ball. Paul. Here's Harden. Down low. Got it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Capella picked up by DeJounte Murray. Curling inside. Ooh, crisp ball. Now 4 for 9. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Trying to cash in. DeRozan with a shot that misses. Harden in possession. They lead it. 4-point game. Oh, Aldridge up to block it.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
DeRozan here against P.J. Tucker. To Murray. To Aldridge. Somehow finds a way to get it to go. Can't fault the D.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Finish that. To Aldridge. DeJounte Murray to Aldridge.
1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
The Spurs with 4 on the shot clock. Deep 2 there, won't go. Another shot stays out. To Harden. Anthony. 2-point shot for James Harden. James Harden, 4 out of 7. Spurs will take the timeout. Barring a 4-point play, this is a 2-possession game. Let's see how they decide to attack this. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. DeJounte Murray to DeRozan. Aldridge to Murray. Able to convert inside.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game.
Stop at any participating Bunsville Burgers restaurant for a 10% discount on your meal. Bunsville Burgers, where the grill is magic.
DeRozan buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. Fires the 3. That misses with 3 seconds left. We get a whistle and a foul with 1 second to go. It's not in the bag yet, but it would take a real meltdown for this to slip away.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. The Spurs finished on the losing end of a close score. They shot exceptionally well from beyond the arc, but even that long-range efficiency wasn't enough for them to get the win. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Chris Paul gets rewarded for the way he provided his teammates with plenty of easy baskets. His assist total is certainly indicative of his clever playmaking. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the San Antonio Spurs. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.